Okay, I be getting these visions, and I got something for you. I got something to say. Okay, all right. Let me speak up. It is kind of raining right now. All right. How do I put this? Okay, on February the 22nd, right? I was already, I'm not I'm into it a little bit. I don't know everything about it, but I'd be like, in numerology, I already knew like on February the 22nd, and I'm like, that's gonna be a powerful day because that's 222, and it's also 2020, so that's like a lot of twos, So and it's the another time just like 2002, the year of my aunt, balance of 2020, 2020, or like 2002, 2002. Okay, all right. So Saturday is or we'll just say February the 2nd, February the 22nd actually. So I was just my mind be in vast places at one time, so we really moving fast. So when I was sitting there, I'm like, man, that's gonna be a powerful day. I already did the February the 2nd. Just do something that you want to do, or however you want to do a ritual or whatever, libations or whatever. So I'm sitting here doing the knowledge, where I was just chilling like a couple of days ago. I'm like, man, okay. So I remember, like, remember the last video I put out, I made, it's called Akasha. So, I have this, this thing. I'm not even gonna really talk about our relationship we have going on. So I'm not getting into that at all. That's very personal. You know, what I would say is, she said that she promised you won't tell her boys or whatever, whatever. That song she Aaliyah had. But anyway, that's the only thing I can say. So I'm not even gonna speak on anything that we go over. Only thing I will give is the information, just information, very basic information or precise information, but just nothing about our relationship. But anyway, I'm gonna get right to it. Okay, February the 2nd. So I remember February the 2nd, right? I don't really watch news or sport. I don't watch sports really at all. But the things, when it's time for me to do something, it comes to me like I'll sit there and watch like I watch the TV or the telly. I sit there like, I don't even watch TV. It just comes to me. So it just was meant to be. So next thing I know, right? I already knew February 2nd, 22nd was gonna be a powerful day, right? So I found out Erica Badu is having her birthday party on February the 2nd. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a powerful day. Whoever's going to that, I'm thinking in my mind like, whoever's going, they're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be peep it. I'm thinking in my mind. I found out that day is actually a new moon. A new moon, right? So I think it's like at a crescent moon right now. So on this day. So I'm thinking, I'm like, man, whoever's going to that, they're gonna have a powerful time, get some drinks, whatever, or sing happy born day or birthday or whatever. I call me on supposed birthdays, I call it my death day, because this is really death here on this dimension. We also I call it my death day because when I left where I was at to come back here, you know what I'm saying, I have to die here in order to be where I want to be. 418, had to be where I want to be. So being here, I feel dead, but I'm only getting information to bring my higher self to his full potential before I'm supposed to get up out of here or check out. So long story short, let me get right to it. So I'm thinking like on a new moon, I'm like, man, it's gonna be powerful. I'm like, so she haven't really. I was thinking like also she haven't really come out with any music. So in the old in hermetic text or some text years back or some while back, I remember hearing there's going to be a time when the music from Bobby Hemmett, you know what I'm saying, I follow up on it and I do my research behind it. So he was like, the musicians, the muse will be that the religion will be obsolete. The muse will be the music or the arts will be the new so-called religion. So I was like, she haven't come out with an album in like over 10 years. So I remember 2007, 2008ish, she had the Return of the Ankh part one and part two, the World War IV and the Love album, the purple one. So I was like, you know, it was a dope album. This the purple one. You have to really get you a. I was so crazy because I had to really get me a. What do you call those? What do you call those? I had a CD player at the time where you can change the dimensions of the music with a slider. Man, it's escaping me what it's called right now. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. I'll probably remember. But anyway, I had to use that on that album because when certain record labels get certain music, they'll make it flat, and they did that a lot. And with Motown back in the '60s, '70s, so the sound would be like very different. But it's so funny. She was signed to Motown on that last album she came out with Window Seat. So you gotta think about it. So anyway, I'm gonna keep it going. Everything is everything. Everything is all one, right? So next thing I know, I'm thinking like, wait a minute. She had come out with another album in like over 10 years, damn near 12 years. I'm like, damn, like what's going on? So I'm like, okay, I can't. Must be just tripping. I'm like, but usually when you get information like that or a signal that comes to you, you're not tripping. So next thing I know, come to find out, I remember come to find out like a couple of days ago, I found out that that Fury. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are having their fight, the second fight. I'm like, that's going to be on Saturday, February the 22nd, too. I'm like, hold up. So people going to be giving their energy at her birthday party and giving their energy at watching the fight, the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight. And you know it's going to be like a lot of melanated people, so-called black people going for Deontay Wilder. And you're going to have a lot of other people in other races maybe going for Tyson Fury. This is how it regularly goes when it's a boxing match. Most people of the same descent or that looks the same as the people will go for them. So you're going to have people giving their energy on that fight. Energy is everything. That's all you are. You just energy inside the body. So when you're giving it away to something that somebody's putting on a production or something like the fight or the birthday party. You're giving your energy away. So all I can say is on that, I'm like, man. So I remember very vividly. I never watched the fight, but I remember seeing the highlights. I said I didn't watch the fight, so I'm gonna just watch the highlights and see what happened. So come to find out at the end of the highlights that it was a draw. But I seen like he had knocked him down a couple of times. But the last time Deontay Wilder knocked down Tyson Fury, the count was very slow. I'm like, and Deontay said something about it too. He was like, man, that last count on that last knockdown was very off. And then but they just kept the fight going. So like, anyway, he was ahead in the numbers. He was Tyson Fury was. I seen a lot of his shots he was taking. It was a lot of jab shots, because he has a long arm. Both of them have long arms, but he was using his body to his, like I would say, using his body to an advantage of his mental capacity. He was using that too, also to the point where he would get ahead in the cards. So, and he kept getting up. So during those fights, but that last knockdown, it was a stretched out count, and it ended up being a draw. Energy given to both fighters or to just watching the fight. And so if it's a draw, it's like the energy is up in the air. So it's again on a powerful day on a new moon. It's like this is like like back in the day we used to get like those blank CDs. He said, "Oh, I'm a burn this CD for you and put like the songs you want." People used to sell them back in school or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you put on that CD, it has no information on it. So you're putting new information. So everything outside yourself is inside you. So if it's you that's having a new moon and you giving your energy away, that energy is not going to that actual CD. It's actually going to something else, and it might. Who knows what could happen? You might somehow get a. Hey, I'm just this stuff is coming to me while I'm saying it. Could get a virus. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Right when I said that, sirens went off. I don't know if you can hear it on this mic, on my phone. I don't know if you can hear it. As soon as I said that, sirens went off. Yeah. So everything happens for a reason. Everything is everything. Okay. So what if you could get like a virus? You know what I'm saying? Like, you giving all the energy on that time. I remember when the McGregor and Mayweather fight happened. I just started getting into like the spiritual stuff, and I was remembering towards the end, of those last few rounds, I kept looking. I'm like, something don't look right about this. And I know boxing. I've been watching boxing off and on for years. And next thing I know, I'm like, the round before the TKO was called by the referee. I was sitting there with my family. I was like, he's going down next round. He's going down next round. And they looked at me. Everybody in the room looked at me like, huh? And I was like, watch. And he's going down in the next round. So McGregor, he wasn't even going down. Mayweather was just going at him, hitting him with punches like flurries. You never see Mayweather going at anybody like that. But he kept going at him, and then next thing you know, he was hitting him so much he was going backwards. And the ref, all of a sudden, right before I get ready to see the ref get up, I get up, grab my son. He was a small baby at the time. I grabbed him and walked out the house. Right before I saw it was about to happen, I said, I know he's finna go down, or the fight finna get stopped. And right when it happened, I picked him up and walked out. Everybody was like, yeah! And like when the ref called it, I was like, I walked out before that energy was taken. I said I didn't want to give my energy to it. And that was so crazy. I felt it before it even happened. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That was amazing. And I was like, everybody was like screaming like, yeah, he beat that man. I was like, it was so crazy. I was like, man, what if I was like not knowing about this? Like, I was just getting into everything like this. And I was like, I just decided to walk out. And I was like, man, what if I didn't know like that? I could have been giving my energy unknowingly. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, same thing. Just wanted to tell y'all that because, that day is going to be a powerful day. Actually, I wanted to tell you too also. Okay. But anyway, I'll make another one. I'll make it because I want to give some time, some dedicated time towards that. All right. Peace. I'll show you.